Do you like coffee? I sure do. Now, I live in Guatemala, and we've got some of the best coffee around. Although you might have heard that drinking coffee causes certain problems. I've been really happy to find out that actually there are several health benefits to drinking coffee, and some people even call it a superfood. Now, there are many more, but I'm going to dig into 4 benefits that you can find for drinking coffee. And after that, toward the end, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can drink your coffee to maximize those benefits and avoid some of the problems that you hear about from drinking coffee. Now, to start off with, the first thing is that coffee can actually boost your cognitive function. It can improve your short-term memory, and it's even possible that it improves your long-term memory. And not only that, it does reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. People who drink coffee regularly have a 65% less risk of developing Alzheimer's and a 52 to 60% less risk of developing Parkinson's disease. The reason for this is that caffeine that's in the coffee protects the neurons in the brain that produce dopamine, which you need in your brain to protect it against those diseases. Now, another one of the great benefits about coffee is that it provides antioxidants for your body. Now, it has even more antioxidants than green tea or cocoa or even any of the berries that are near the top of the list, but coffee is actually at the very top of that list for antioxidants. These antioxidants help to reduce inflammation in your body and protect you against oxidative stress. And they also protect against cell damage, which is the cause of many chronic diseases and chronic pain. And not only that, but the antioxidants in coffee can help reduce the signs of aging in your skin, like wrinkles and loss of elasticity, because it neutralizes the free radicals that destroy the cells in your skin. Not only that, but coffee may reduce the risk of several chronic diseases. For example, type 2 diabetes. Coffee contains bioactive compounds that improve insulin sensitivity and lowers blood sugar levels. And for your heart, moderate coffee consumption, it's also associated with a 15% lower risk of heart failure, and it can also help to maintain healthy blood pressure in the long term. And not only that, but coffee can help to protect your liver by reducing the enzyme levels that can cause diseases like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and cirrhosis of the liver, and also hepatitis. It's also been found that the antioxidants in coffee can help to protect against certain forms of cancer by preventing the cellular damage in your body. This can reduce the risk of colorectal cancer up to 26%. And also, drinking 2 to 4 cups of coffee a day can reduce the risk of liver cancer up to 40%. Now, the last benefit that I want to dig into, you really might like this one. Coffee is great for managing your weight. Coffee boosts your metabolism up to 11%, and what that means is that even while you're resting, you can be burning more calories. And it also helps to break down fat that is stored in your body, which, if you're eating a healthy diet, can contribute to losing weight. And the part that I really like is that coffee helps you to control your appetite, because caffeine in the coffee suppresses your appetite for those between meal times when you want to grab a snack that might not be what you really ought to be eating. So I guess you can see that there are several ways that coffee can really help your body. Of course, it's important to drink this coffee in a healthy way. For example, if you're going to load your coffee down with sugar and other things that are going to cause inflammation, you're not going to be able to get all the benefits out of it that we just talked about. So instead of putting a bunch of sugar in your coffee, if you must sweeten it, maybe use some artificial sweeteners. Although, even though they're supposed to be safe, I don't know if I quite trust them, but I don't use them just because I don't like the way they taste in my coffee. But instead, what I like to do is, instead of sugar, I put a small amount of honey in, which doesn't need much, and it is quite a bit healthier than using sugar. And if you like your coffee to be a bit creamy, instead of using the powdered non-dairy creamers or the liquid ones, if you read the labels, they're full of all kinds of chemicals and things that are not going to be great for your body. So instead of that, just use milk or cream or half and half. Now, if you can't use dairy, then you could use a non-dairy milk like soy milk or almond milk or something that can make your coffee nice and creamy. One thing that's important is how much coffee you're going to drink. Some people will just sit around and drink coffee, cup after cup all day, but it's much better to stick with 2 or 3, maybe 4 cups of coffee a day maximum. Otherwise, you're just getting too much caffeine and your body can't process it fast enough. And it's also extremely important when you drink your coffee. Now, one thing that I've found that's really made a big difference for me is the timing of when I drink coffee. First of all, I've learned not to drink my coffee first thing in the morning when I get up, even though it just smells so good and it helps you want to get out of bed and get moving. But if you drink your coffee too early, it interferes with the production of cortisol in your body. Now, cortisol is a hormone that some people call it the stress hormone, but it energizes your body and it has different functions. In the first 35 or 40 minutes after you wake up, cortisol is increased in your body 50 or 60%. This cortisol is helping your body get ready for the day. It helps by increasing your immune function, also increasing your metabolism and regulating your blood pressure. So it's really important that you let it do its job and wait maybe a couple of hours before you have that first cup of coffee. And another super important thing is when to stop drinking coffee. So start drinking coffee maybe a couple hours after you get up at the earliest. But when you want to finish drinking your coffee, you need to allow at least 6 to 8 hours for the caffeine in the coffee to be metabolized by your body before you go to bed. So depending on what time you go to bed, if you go to bed at 10 o'clock, say, then you might want to not drink coffee after 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, just depending on your metabolism. If you're very active, you may metabolize it a little bit quicker. But if you're not that active, do wait enough time so your body can take care of that caffeine, because you really do need that 8 hours of good, deep sleep for your body to regenerate itself and feel great the next morning. So I guess you really might be able to say that coffee is a superfood. And it tastes wonderful too. Now, if you happen to be drinking coffee right at this moment, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear. But thank you for watching this video. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You can do that right down here. And stick around because I've got another video coming up. Find it right here. That's been chosen just for you. I think you'll like it. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.